All right, guys, class has started. Welcome. It is 10:10, so we're gonna get classes started. So just as a reminder, I know that. So yeah, you could try leaving and rejoining, and just do that really quickly. Okay. So good morning, guys. We start promptly at 10:10. So welcome. This is the first class. It looks like the majority of our class is late, so that's not good. Let's just go over a few things and get things started because we have a lot to cover today. So just make sure that you guys are ready to take notes and ask questions today. Make sure you guys, yours just glitched too. All right. Well, I don't know what's going on, guys. I didn't have these issues with my last class. Oh, okay, that's good. All right. So just be ready to we're gonna take notes, ask questions. Today is a really question-heavy day, so make sure. I noticed some people are using the chat. Remember, in the chat, you can send me a direct message, so that's just private. I will never say your name. So if you guys send a direct message, I will never say your name. I will always answer every question in chat, but I will never call you out. So if you guys want to send a direct message, I will not say your name. So that's always private, okay? If you guys have a question, you can also turn on your mic and talk to me that way as well, okay? All right. So I always post warm-ups at least 5 minutes before class. So we always start class by going over those warm-ups. So in that email I sent out to you guys about class starts at 10:50 at 10:10. But at 10:05, I'm always going to have a warm-up. And the warm-ups are an extra opportunity to get that practice in because we only meet for 15 minutes, okay? You're going to have 2 assignments tonight to turn in on Google Classroom by next class. Okay, we're going to go over all that stuff, but it's good to just have all of that today. Okay, so a little disappointed by turnout. We have a lot of people missing. So just to kind of heads up of what we're going to do today, there's some of you guys I know from last trimester, but there's also going to be a large group of people that haven't had geometry since first trimester. So because of that, I'm going to use today as a question day, and we're going to go over everything that we use in class because it might have been different from your previous teacher. I just want to introduce who I am, and then that way we're on the common ground of what's going to happen in class, how it's going to work, and stuff like that. Okay? All right, excellent. Okay, so the first thing that I want to do is I want to show you where everything is going to be online. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, and what I want to check out is if you do this, if you open up a Chrome browser and you go next to, you're going to be logged into Chrome using your school account. I'm going to click on this Google Apps button, and I'm going to go ahead here. Oops, sorry, I had to move a box. And I'm going to go to Classroom. Okay. Now, hopefully you guys are logged into Classroom. So like I have all my classes here. So we are Geometry second period. So I'm going to click on that. Okay. Now, I want to show you guys what's going on with our Google Classroom and where everything is and all the resources available to you guys. And remember, at any point, if you guys want to ask questions, I'm always reading the chat. You can send a private or public message, or you can turn on your microphone and ask a question. Okay. All right. So we're at our Google Classroom. So just right here, remember that the link for our class is always in there. So you can always just copy paste, but there's an easier way, and I'm going to show you guys that in just a second. So if we click on classwork, okay, so the classwork tab is where everything is going to be. Now you're going to see something slightly different than me on your screen, but I want to go over a bunch of stuff. So assignments, this is where all of your assignments are going to be. So at the start of class, I said there's going to be 2 assignments. If you guys were with me last trimester, then you're already familiar with these 2 assignments. All you got to do is turn them in, and I'll show you that in just a little bit. But first, I want to go over some of the resources. Okay, so the first one is links to class videos. So what this is, and I don't want to freak people out about this, is the links to class videos is a YouTube playlist. Okay. So if I click on this, it's going to be Geometry B, and there's no videos here because this is our first class. So what I do is I record all of our lessons and I post them to YouTube. And so that way you guys, if you miss anything, like a lot of people are coming in late, if you miss anything, you can always watch the class again. And these are usually posted before 5 o'clock. It takes a while for them to process on YouTube. So I post them every day. Okay. And what you can do is if you subscribe to this playlist, you can just always go to it on your YouTube channel. So that's really nice. Now, I'm not saying like and subscribe because I'm a streamer. I'm saying like and or not. You don't have to like. I'm saying subscribe because then it's really easy to get to, and you don't have to follow that link. So again, the link for this is classwork, and it's just down underneath resources, links to class videos. Now, to address some concerns, notice how I'm wearing headphones. Okay, so the only thing that's being recorded is what you see. Your only thing that's going to be recorded is my video and the screen and my audio. So if you guys speak up in class, it won't be recorded and it won't record the chat. So it is purely me teaching. So there's no worry to be like, oh, I don't want to talk in class or share out in class because I'll be on YouTube. No one will be on YouTube. Okay. So there's that as well. So again, if you guys have questions, please let me know by chatting there. So all of my lessons are on here. So if you're late in this class, or even if you just want to go back and fill in your notes, everything is on YouTube. Okay. Next, let's go to Zoom links. Okay. So in Zoom links, there's two things. Oops, I didn't mean to click on it because that's confusing. So there's two things in Zoom links that I want you to know. So the first one is Zoom links for class. So it has our class times. We meet Monday and Thursday, and then it has the link. But more importantly, if you want to add all our Zoom links to your Google Calendar, this, guys, is the coolest thing ever. Let me show you what my calendar looks like. You just click that, and it adds it to your school Google Calendar. So look, this is an example of my calendar. So as you can see, I have all my classes. I had Algebra 1 Extended. Now I'm in Geometry B. I'm in Pre-Calc, and if you click it, it just says Join Zoom Meeting. So you could have all of your classes on your Google Calendar, and so then you're never like, oh, where's that Zoom link? Okay, and it's really nice. So tomorrow, see, I have geometry. Okay, I have office hours that you guys can join in the morning. Okay, and then I have advisory, and I coach in the evening, so that's why I have my office hours are in the morning right now. Okay, so I would highly recommend that you add this to your calendar so that you could just have a one-stop location for all your Zoom links. Okay. Now, you also notice that I have an office hours thing, so you can also add my office hours to your calendar if you would like to as well. And that just shows up like this. And again, I just click Join Zoom Meeting. Okay, so these are two really good resources for you guys to stay organized. Okay. Does anybody have any questions so far? You guys doing okay? And again, we're doing this because I know some of you guys had geometry last trimester. Some of you even had me last trimester, but some of you guys had math first trimester or maybe a different teacher. So I just want to make sure you guys are comfortable with me and everything I do. Okay, and thank you guys for using chat. I appreciate it. All right, so now next, let's talk about the syllabus. Okay, so I'm going to click this and open this up. And what we're going to do, one of your first assignments is to read the syllabus. So we're just going to go ahead and do this together as a class. And I want to be super clear about this. We're doing this together. So that means for your homework, all you need to do is click submit because we're reading it together. So as we go through this, if you guys have questions, just please let me know. I'm going to try to make this bigger so you guys can read it. Oop, maybe too big. Okay. So again, you guys can have this open in your own window if you want to as well. And it's available at all times to be able to read. Okay. All right. So just some big things. My email address. Make sure you guys have my email address because that's like the way to get a hold of me. Email me. Ask me questions. That's what I'm here for. Okay. We're gonna be doing some basic geometry this year. Just like that. Most people don't care about that. I've included my office hours, but again, this isn't a great place. Oh, thanks guys for logging in. I appreciate it. So this isn't a great place to come get my office hours. That's why I have the links on Google Classroom. Okay. Google Class codes. So if you guys aren't already signed up, make sure you're signed up for the correct class. I have 2 geometry classes. So you need to be signed up for my second period geometry class. That is the code if you guys have not already done that. Everyone here should have gotten an email, multiple emails from me, inviting them to Google Classroom. So hopefully you guys are already signed up for that. If you're not, then you need to right away because your first assignment is to turn 2 things into Google Classroom. There is an online version of the textbook. So the textbook is really nice to have because remember, everything we do is open notes. All the assignments are open notes and the tests are open notes. So the online textbook is really good. Okay. Sometimes in notes, I'll reference the book. I'll be like, hey, on page blah, 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 there's this. And so you can always access that by clicking this link. Okay. All right. So there's that online book. Okay. Also, please note that a physical book is available for students to keep at home. So if you're like, I'm not an ebook kind of person, you guys can still check out physical books from the school. So you can contact me if you need help arranging one. If you already know how to do that, you can go ahead and do that. There's a pickup time in the library. So just remember, if you do get a physical book, that damaged books will be fined. It's just like any book checking out of the library, but textbooks cost a lot more. Okay, so just be careful of that. If you do choose to check out a physical book, it is an expensive book, so don't keep it on the ground. Don't use it as a coffee rest for your coffee, right? Or your frappuccino, whatever you're drinking, you fancy drinkers. Okay? All right. And again, if I'm going too fast, let me know. Are we doing okay, guys? Any questions so far? Sorry, my eye itches. All right, yeah, and remember, guys, I always just want to check in with you so you're not falling asleep, right? You're not like just playing video games on the side. All right. Required materials, some way of taking notes. It's come to my attention that a lot of people aren't taking notes. That's a really bad idea because, again, all assignments are open notes. All tests are open notes. There should be, right? So your notes should have the answers for everything. Okay, so make sure you guys are taking notes and you have a way of organizing them. If you don't have the use of an online calculator, you can get one from the school. But I also recommend using Desmos Scientific Calculator. So if I open this up, you can also get this on your phone. So here, I can make this projector mode. Whoa. There we go. So you can also get this on your phone. I have this on my phone as well. I just don't like showing my phone on my document camera because if someone texts me, then everyone sees it. So that's why I use it in the browser. So you can download this as an app on your phone as well. Okay, it's a really good calculator. It's really close. This is almost exactly like the yellow calculators that we have in school. Okay, so there's that axis. So we're going to be doing a lot of algebra, so it's really important that you guys have that calculator to do that stuff, especially this trimester. Lots of algebra. Okay, so let's talk about expectations. Okay, and things like this. And if you guys have questions or comments, then you guys can let me know. Ask questions. Okay, attendance will be taken for all class meetings. Okay, so be on time. What I mean by be on time is that I start exactly when class starts. So at 10:10, I start class. That's why I always say get here at 10:05. Okay, because I'm going to have a little warm-up. I always have a warm-up before class starts, and then at 10:10, I go over the warm-up. Okay, so be on time. Remember, on time doesn't mean you come here exactly at 10:10. It means you're here before 10:10. That's what on time means. Okay. I asked that we be respectful. So we're going to keep our microphone off while others are talking. So if you guys wanted to ask a question, I would stop. If you would like to turn on your video and microphone when you have a question, you may. Okay, go for it. That's wonderful. I encourage you to do that. If you want to talk, ask in chat or use the raise hand icon or ask your question in the chat. Okay, so chat's really great. If you guys aren't comfortable with chat, right here, I'm going to send a little chat to everyone, right? Chat is wonderful. You can send me a direct message or you can send everyone a message. So you can make your question public or you can make it private. Okay. Again, if you send it private or public, I will never say who's asking the question. I will just answer the question. Okay. So that way it's not going to be embarrassing if you ask a question. Do not spam chat. It can only be used for asking questions. So if you guys start just talking to each other with chat, I will close down chat and then you have one less way to communicate. So don't do that. Just there. I want you to maintain an appropriate listening and engagement behavior. So what does that mean? That means that you guys are not doing something else during class and you're taking notes. Okay. Okay. Ask questions, guys. Please ask questions and take notes. Ask questions, ask questions. Though this will become a YouTube video, it's not a YouTube video right now. So it's important that you guys ask questions, think of it as like a Twitch feed, right? Like I'm live streaming this lesson so you guys can interact and chat. Okay. All sessions are recorded. So there's 2 recordings. One's for the school, one's for YouTube. The one for the school records all the chat, and it records everything that happens in Zoom. That doesn't go anywhere. That's just for the school. So like if there's a disciplinary action, the school can look at it. I also record this to YouTube. It doesn't show your names. It doesn't show chat. It doesn't show. It doesn't have your voice or your face. You must log in using your first and last name. So right off the bat, I see a whole bunch of people who don't have a first and last name. I need you guys to have a first and last name because a lot of you guys, I don't know who you are. Also, for example, I think I have 3 Emilys in this class. So make sure that you guys have your first and last name. If you don't have your first and last name, there's a chance that attendance will not be taken correctly. Okay, so you guys need to have your first and last name. And starting next week, if you guys try to join my class and you don't have a first and last name, I won't let you in. Okay, so you need to have first and last name. Okay. If you go by a different name than on Skyward, please email me. So if you go by a different first name or a different last name, just email me so that when you do log in, I know who you are. Okay. So again, if you go by a different name than on Skyward, just email me and let me know. I do ask that you keep off video during class time because it can be distracting, right? Like dancing and memeing. Okay, we're not going to do that. I do encourage, though, that during my office hours, if you come in, that you turn on your video so that way we can communicate and do that. Okay. Should ask lots of questions and work on assignments in class. Okay. Okay. Always, if you have questions or you're confused, send me an email. Come to my office hours, guys. There is no reason for you guys to be alone in any of this material. I am here for you. All you have to do is email or come to my office hours, and I can help you with anything you need. Okay. You may be removed from the Zoom meeting if you're not following these. The saved and recording meeting will be sent to school administrators, and they will decide discipline. Okay. Grading, assignments are 80%, assessments are 20%. This is the same regardless of what teacher you had, so nothing changed there. Okay. One thing that you need to know for assignments is all assignments will be graded on correctness. So that means if you get 74% on your assignment, you're going to get 7.4 out of 10 points. Okay, so that's really big. I'm going to pause there and see if you guys have questions. So all assignments are graded on correctness. So if you turn in an assignment and it's 0 points, you get 0 points. Okay, so that's how you're being graded because there's only 2 tests and they're only worth 10% each. So the majority of your grades are going to be your assignments and you're graded on correctness. When you submit, you're going to know what your percentage correct is. Okay, so when you hit submit, you're going to know what your grade is. Okay, now with that said, you have unlimited attempts per problem. Every problem you can check to see if your answer is right. Okay, so you can check my answers and it will tell you if it's right or wrong, and you get unlimited attempts to do that. You also, if you submit, you can redo all assignments. You just have to email me. So let's say you turn in an assignment and you get a C on it and you're like, I want to get 100%. Just email me, hey, I'm in your second period geometry class and I want to redo homework 7.2. And I'll be like, okay, I unsubmitted it. You can work on it again. Does anybody have questions on this? All assignments are graded on correctness. You have unlimited attempts per problem. You can redo all assignments. Okay, this is standard-based grading. Thank you for using chat. I appreciate that. Thank you, guys. All right, cool. Assessments, they are common to midterm and final. So tests only cover subjects that we've not already tested. So the midterm will cover the first part of the class. The final will cover the second part of the trimester. And assessments are weighted the same. Always monitor your grades on Skywards. Okay, make sure you do that. One thing that's not in here. Oh, and I'll talk about that when I get down. Okay, grading scale, it's the same. There's nothing different there. Okay, so this is where people get lost. Okay, you are responsible for keeping notes. Okay, whether that's physical or digital. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Okay. All assignments are due at the beginning of the following class period. So you have an assignment, it's due at the beginning of next class. All assignments are always due at the beginning of next class. Okay. Assignments are worth up to 10 points. So think of that as 10 is 100%. Will be based on the correctness of homework. If you get a 74% on your homework, you will get a 7.4 out of 10. The late assignment will be in the overdue tab of Big Ideas Math Online. And we'll take a look at that in just a little bit. Okay. You get unlimited answer checks and unlimited redo of assignments. If you want to redo an assignment after you've turned it in, you'll have to email me or your support teacher. Okay. You also will have to email me when you're done with the assignment. This is so important because a lot of people did this last trimester. If you turn in an assignment late, so I always grade assignments at 12:30 every day at the after class, okay? If you turn in an assignment late, I do not get notified. So if you turn in an assignment late, you must email me. Are we all clear on that? Can I get like a yes or a no? If you turn assignments in late, you have to email me. If you don't email me, I won't know. I'm not against you. I'm for you. I want you to turn in work. But if you turn it in late, there's no way for me to know. So if you email me and say, hey, Mr. Kreft, I just turned in 7.2, then I know to go check 7.2 for you. Okay? And I'll get that updated on Skyward. So please email me when you turn in missing work. How I grade. If no homework is turned in, you can get up to 4 points for participating in class. So if you're in class, you automatically get 4 out of 10. Okay? If you turn in late work, then I'll upgrade your score to whatever score you got. Okay? So the 4 isn't permanent. It just means that when you do turn in your work, I'll upgrade it. A score lower than a 4 will be marked incomplete. So let's say you have a 4 and you turn in your assignment and you got 1 question right out of 10. Well, then I'm not going to give you a worse grade than a 4. So I'll mark it as incomplete and I'll return it to you to improve your score. Okay, and I'll even put a little comment on Skyward saying return to improved score. No points, that means 0 points, will be given if a student isn't present or is not attempting work while in class and homework is not turned in by the end of the trimester. So if you don't show up to class and you don't turn in your homework, that's a 0. It's the only time I give zeros. If you miss class, you need to watch recorded class videos posted to Google Classroom. We already went over that. You will still be expected to turn in that class assignment on time. Okay? If you are unable to complete an assignment on time, then email me as soon as possible. Email me, email me, email me. I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. And of course, I lost it. Okay. Students that miss the test review day will still take the midterm and final as normally scheduled. Students that can do test corrections on the midterm but not the final. So just that, we'll talk about that after the midterm. Okay. That's it. That's my midterm. Does anybody? I mean, not my midterm. That's my my syllabus. Does anybody have questions about that? Now, the reason for that is, check this out. So I'm going to go back. Now I'm going to go to assignment. So I'm in Google Classroom. I'm underneath classwork, right? This is what you get when you log in. I'm going to go to classwork. Do you see assignments? One of my assignments was day 1, read over the syllabus. 4 people already turned it in. This is literally your homework assignment. You need to log into Google Classroom and just hit turn in. I just want to make that super clear because a lot of people struggled last trimester. All you got to do is you click on this and you hit turn in. And I'll give you points. That's all you got to do because we read the syllabus together. There's no excuse. Everyone here read it. So all you have to do is click on this assignment and hit turn in. If you do that, I'll give you full points. Okay? Now, I'm not going to use Google Classroom to grade. All my grading and stuff is on Skyward. This is just for you to have this little thing where it says upcoming, right? Where it says, okay, these things are due, right? That's why I use Google Classroom. But for right now, just, oh, look, more of you turned it in. Boom. So 8 people right now. I'm going to start out this class with an A. Isn't that exciting? Well, I mean, I wouldn't say like breathtaking, but I mean, it's pretty exciting. It's pretty exciting. Okay. All right. So notice how I said there's 2 assignments. So here's the next assignment. The next assignment is read how to access Big Ideas Math. So you're going to do three things. You're going to read it. You're going to try logging in. And then you're going to turn in this assignment. So 5 of you have already done that. Now, because some of you are coming from other teachers that might not have used Big Ideas as much as I do, I just want to be super clear on instructions on how to log in with Big Ideas. Okay, so you're going to click on the link, and the cool thing about this is that for all the assignments, and you can see I have upcoming assignments, right? For all the assignments, there will be a link to the login page, which is really nice, right? So there's always going to be a link to the login page. So you're going to go to the login page. It's super important. It's going to have a space for your username and password. You're not going to put it there. You're going to hit Clever. You can't log in with just the Big Ideas website. You're going to log in with Clever. So you click the blue Login with Clever button with the C. Now, you have to search for your school. Now, there's some tricks here that I found. If you type in Mount Vernon High School 320, you'll get the right school. But you have to be careful. Oh, these instructions are wrong. It's changed. There we go. It should say Mount Vernon School District 320. I had to change that. So it used to be Mount Vernon. We've updated things since there. So it should say Mount Vernon School District here. I'm going to highlight this like this. Oh, that didn't work. What if I go, I need more. Can I get the letters? Border color. No, I don't want a border color. No, I don't want to fill either. Oh, here we go. That's what I meant. Ha! There we go. All right. So, Mount Vernon High School, Mount Vernon School District 321. You have to have the right school district. Okay. Then it's going to say, Mount Vernon School District 320, and then you're going to click Login with Google. And it's so important, guys. You have to use your school email. You have to use your school Gmail account. You can't use your private personal school email account. Okay. So you're going to log in as a student. Okay. Now, some things I want to point out here, and I'm going to use, I'm going to use my little coloring system. So I just really want this to point this out. Okay. Right here, you have upcoming. Okay. That's where you're going to click for your current assignments. Okay. And if it has a pencil, that means it's ready to go. Okay. So if it has a pencil, it's going to be ready to go. That's the one that we're working on. If it has a little like lock symbol, that means it's not available yet. And then this overdue one, right? This overdue one, the one right next to it, that's what we use for if you have missing or late work. Okay? And this is all underneath the assignment tab. Okay? Underneath the resources tab, that's where you can get access to the book. Okay. Does anybody have questions about that so far? Okay, this is the big one, and people they miss this all the time. When you finish an assignment, you have to select your name in the top right screen and submit, and you have to turn in your assignment. So you click on your name. Here, I'll show you what this looks like. So if I'm in an assignment, okay, so my assignment is going to look like this. So this is our assignment for next class. Don't worry, this is not going to be here. So after I fill everything in, okay, I'm going to click on my name up here. And then now it just says print or close, but on yours it's going to say submit. If you don't hit submit, it won't submit it. So some of you guys are used to Google Forms. Google Forms is a lot like this. The Big Ideas won't save your work. You have to, once you're all done, hit submit. That's why I encourage people to do work on a separate piece of paper. Okay. All right. So that is that. Does anybody have questions about Big Ideas Math? Okay. So we literally just read all of that together. So what you're going to do is you're going to go on to Google and you're going to turn these 2 assignments in. So I still have 10 people who haven't done the syllabus, and I still have 14 people. All you got to do now is the thing is, don't just click yes to this. Make sure you can log in. So every once in a while, I have a student who can't log in. Either their password, it's like, what email address do I use? Please make sure you can log into Big Ideas. If you don't do that now, what's going to happen is next class, we're going to have a homework assignment. And if you can't log into Big Ideas, it might take 3 days just to get you to be able to log into Big Ideas. Okay? So do that now. Do that tonight. See, hey, can I log in? There should be nothing there, right? So log into Big Ideas tonight. Make sure it works. If you have an issue with logging in or passwords, email me, because sometimes it takes 2 to 3 days to figure out stuff, because I have to contact that company to get your password reset. Okay, so please make sure you guys do that. It's the most important thing we're doing today. Make sure you can log into Big Ideas. Okay, and even if you've logged into Big Ideas before, this is a new class, so let's make sure that you are on the roster for Big Ideas. Okay. All right. Oh my gosh, so much talking. I'm so sorry, guys. How are you guys doing? Are we doing okay? Do you guys have any questions? We doing okay, guys? Okay. Doing good, doing good. All right, all right. So, let me come back to here. What else do I want to show you really quick? It tells us to turn in an assignment in Big Ideas, but there's no thing. So, like, you're saying you're in Big Ideas like this. Okay, so the thing is, there should be like a pencil. If there's no pencil, like they're all locked, that means they're all future. And you can look at the start date. So for example, here on mine, the start date is 3/19. So I can't work on it until 3/19 at the end of class. And this is my 4th period here. I can go to your class. So my next assignment is 3/18. I can't work on that until end of class, which is 11 o'clock. Does that help out? So you're going to have this picture. You're going to have this picture next to the assignment. It's going to look like a lock. Oh, does it really? Oh, turn in this assignment. No, just turn in this assignment. So if I click on this assignment, you're going to turn this in. Sorry, it shows everyone's name, but you're just going to turn it in. Yeah. See, this is why we ask questions, right? So you turn in this assignment on Google Classroom. So again, there's 2 assignments on Google Classroom. You're going to turn those in. Okay, what were the other questions? No, 5.2 congruent polygons, that's going to be next class. That's next class. So 5.2 congruent polygons, that's going to be next class. So next class, when you log into Big Ideas, so this is what's going to happen. So if you can see 5.2 here, see it's scheduled for March 18th, 11 o'clock. So at 11 o'clock on Thursday, this is going to pop up in your Google Classroom. You click here, you log in, and it will show the assignment there that you can do. Does that answer your question? I'm trying to get all the questions in chat. It would help if I answer your question, or if I don't answer your question, let me know. Are we okay there? Can you guys give me like a yes, no, maybe, no, kind of, sort of? Okay, thank you. All right, so that's it. I want to make sure you guys get comfortable with that. That's your only homework assignment, guys, between now and Thursday, is turn this in on Google Classroom, turn this in on Google Classroom. These 2 right here, guys, are going to be the last 2 assignments that are ever just Google Classroom assignments, okay? Everything after this is going to be on Big Ideas, and you turn it in on Big Ideas. Now, you can turn it in on Google Classroom just to clear your workspace, and I encourage you to do that. But everything is going to be on Big Ideas, and I'll update Skyward. Okay. All right. Here, I'm going to switch my camera. Here's a full screen of me. I got my MLS Cup poster back there. I was there. I was in Toronto. It was kind of a big deal. And then, do you guys have any questions? So we're towards the end of class. I just want to say, do you guys have any questions or comments or concerns? Now that I have more people here, I just want to remind people, if you did not pass first trimester, okay, I want to say this again. If you did not pass Geometry A, it doesn't matter if it was first trimester or second trimester, I have a deal for you. If you guys can pass with a C or greater this trimester, you will pass all of geometry. I want to say this again. If you failed Geometry A, I will blue card your grade. You will pass all of geometry if you pass this trimester with a C or better. Does that sound good? So I see some people in here. I don't know all of you. But I do know some of you. And I know some of you should be like, yes, this is a great opportunity. So I'm going to say that again. Let's say first trimester or like Kreft, I wasn't ready for online school. Or second trimester or like Kreft, I had a lot going on. Guys, if you pass this trimester with a C or greater, I will give you credit for the whole geometry. It doesn't matter who your previous geometry teacher was. Are we clear on this? It does not matter who your previous geometry teacher was. Okay? This is just us. If you pass this geometry trimester, I will give you a passing grade. It is crazy. Do you want to know why it's crazy? Because we're in the middle of a pandemic, guys. We are in the middle of a pandemic. And let's be real. A lot of us weren't ready first trimester when school started. Right? We weren't ready in September for this. And it threw us off. And so that's why we have this deal. It's a once in a lifetime deal, because life is so crazy right now that we need to help each other. So this is me. This is one way I can help you. Okay? So with that said, guys, please, you're not alone. If you are struggling with math, email me. Come to my office hours. If you come to my office hours, look, I have this document camera. Can you see this document? Oop, I'm going to transition here. I have this document camera. We can do work together. Okay? We can do your homework together. Okay? You can ask questions and I can go over things with you. But what's important is I don't want you guys to struggle on your own. Ask for help. Okay? Email me. Email, and we can make a plan. Okay? We can figure it out together. That's really it. If we were in class together in person, I would say communication solves everything. Okay? If we communicate, we can get through anything, and that's my goal, guys. We're going to all get through this class so that next year we can either take Algebra 2 or Personal Finance, okay, so that we can graduate and we can go and have our adult lives, right? The beginning of our adult lives. So that's my goal. I just wanted to make sure you guys knew that. That's we're going to make that. That's my goal. I want everyone in here to make it. Okay, but I need your help. That means you guys have to email me if you get stuck. Or in class, if you have questions, you have to ask questions. If you don't ask questions, guys, then this is just a YouTube video, and I am just looking at myself talking. Okay? Whew, man, that was too much talking. So, with that said, again, any questions or concerns about this class, or any questions about expectations of what you guys need to get done before next class? So we see each other next class Thursday. You need to go onto Google Classroom and turn in those 2 assignments. So what that means is that Thursday at 12:30, I'm going to update Skyward, and you're either going to have a 100%, you're going to have a 40%, or the people who aren't here might have a 0%. Okay? We good? We good? Talk to me, guys. We doing okay? Okay, and I appreciate it, because if you guys don't chat, if you guys don't use chat, if you guys don't ask questions, then I don't know if you guys are lost or confused or need help. So I appreciate you guys. Let's do this. Let's get motivated. I know it's hard to get motivated because it's online, but the weather's going to get nice. We're going to work super hard, and then we're going to go outside, and we're going to get some sun. And we're going to feel so much better. Oh, vitamin D, guys. It's going to make us feel good. Good times are coming, guys. We're going to make it together. So with that